just hate to see it turn into the woke place it has turned into in the last 5 years. Um, and what they're doing is they're really regulating thought. When I said that people could dress up at these parties any way they wanted to in costumes that you would make the national news today, nobody cared. Nobody was so friggin' sensitive. Um, um, and I wish the college experience was more like that. And I do remember when I did go to class, you could actually have a discussion about hard topics.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore. You'll be branded a racist or this or that. So I think it's sad. And
Yeah.
and something else that I think, as much as I love the University of Virginia, as much as I know friends of mine who went to Chapel Hill or Ole Miss love those schools, the idea of the university as the only place to become a learned person has gone by the wayside. And I've always been a reader, but lately I've learned about podcasts. And imagine that. And I try to walk every day, at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And this morning I was listening to this guy. One guy is some Baptist theology guy in Louisville, and he's talking to the head of the law school at San Diego U about paganism under Rome and Christian thought today, and kind of how it's evolved and how it's evolved into the law. It was a really interesting discussion, but I can listen to that anytime I want. Yeah. And I can remember my days at Virginia, what a pain in the ass it was to walk across the grounds and sit in a class with the professor, so to speak, who would lecture, when I can hear the lecture at 6:30 in the morning when I'm taking my walk. And if I miss something, I can just rewind. You couldn't do that in class back then. So the opportunities to learn with technology today is so much greater than what it was, and easier and more efficient. I think from a pure learning point of view, now the getting drunk and running from the cops and being thrown in jail and all that fun stuff, you don't get to do if you do another route. But another route to become a learned individual is there, and you can bypass all this because the technology is there. And if you want to learn, you can learn. Yeah. You can learn on your own time and in a very efficient manner. So
yeah, the Library of Alexandria is just a click
right
away.
there. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree. They should divest all the colleges and just turn them into maybe year-long adult daycare, where you can just get drunk and meet people and do that.
Yeah, and me saying this doesn't mean that you can't get together with folks and do things and learn. You can do that, but it's not necessary. And for some people, it might be best. But anybody can learn without doing what I did for 4 years. And oftentimes, if you think about it, if you look at colonial America, people were apprentices. But there's no reason that somebody, when they're 18, couldn't work for somebody and also learn on their own, just like you would be learning if you were at the university. But you'd probably learn more because you weren't getting drunk all the time, and you might turn out to be a fairly substantive and serious fellow. I must say too that I can remember thinking third year, fourth year at Virginia, and I'd look around at all my fraternity brothers and I go, nobody's ever going to amount to shit. But they all did, but I can remember just thinking, what are these people going to do with their lives? But um, you know, boys do mature at some point and they get it together. But anyway, I'm glad I had the experience, but I don't think it's a necessary experience.